They broke a window, brothers and sisters. They broke a window. I'm about to show y'all the window. We covering them back up. We can't. Black people, we are so self-hating, so self-destructive. They broke a window, brothers and sisters. So we got to cover them back up. We got to cover them back up. Investigation is pending. They broke the window. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? They broke the window, brothers and sisters. Y'all see that? They broke the window. Somebody threw a rock through the window. They threw a rock through the window, brothers and sisters. They threw a rock through the window. All the money we paid to get this done, and we got people sabotaging, brothers and sisters. I want y'all to see yourself. They threw a rock. Y'all see that? They bust the rock. They bust the rock, brothers and sisters. So we covering the windows back up. We got the good brothers out here. We're going to cover the windows back up, brothers and sisters. We got black people who don't want to see us succeed. As we start a new year, vandalism has begun at the Frederick Douglass High School. We haven't had anybody vandalizing the school for several years now. We do have cameras. I'm going to go through the cameras and find out who it is, and I will make a police report. I will be sending images to the police. I will be sending images to the police. We haven't had any vandalism in years, and now the vandalism is back. But it will not go unchecked. It will not go unchecked, brothers and sisters. At gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com is what we're looking for.
I just played those 3 videos for you guys, and I'm going to get into this Umar Johnson stuff because I was reading this article right here, and it talks about the vandalism that happened at FDMG. Of course, this happened during the summer of FDMG. The window breaking actually took place, I want to say, a couple of years ago, where Umar Johnson actually didn't buy new windows, but he had the old windows up there. But what he did was he took the boards down. So as we see today, these windows are new. They've never been replaced. These are the same windows from when he bought the buildings in 2019. So a lot of people got confused about that. But no, he never replaced the windows. He just paid some people to come out there and take the boards down, which is not too big of a job. I mean, especially when you're not doing anything, Umar could have took that down himself. Anyway, but that's besides the point. I want to get into this article I had came across when I was looking into some information. I'm doing another video of Umar, so that's going to be coming out pretty much hopefully tonight. If not tonight, I'm going to try to put it out tomorrow morning. This video is covering the vandalism at FDMG, or the alleged vandalism at FDMG, because I played you guys that video of Umar Johnson at home. And what I wanted you guys to know is that you look at this video, this looks just like the garage, or not the garage, the not the cafeteria, what is that, the gym, the other gym at the abandoned building. This looks just like, look at this. Now there's something else I want you guys to notice, and I got this because of Lennon Honor. He actually covered this, and I think a lot of people need to just cut this out and see this, that he said that there's a lot of artifacts and books and all that stuff. Now I want you to look at all this stuff in his apartment. This is the apartment that he got evicted out, by the way. So look at this, and I want you guys to look at this right here. Now, you know, I guess these are the artifacts right there, but look at this TV right there. You see this TV right here? Look at this junkie room. Now, he keeps I'm pretty sure that nobody really broke in. Well, if somebody did break in, it was somebody homeless. But look at this TV right here, and I'm going to go to the other video right quick. Now, as I get over here to this video right here, this is a blinking you'll miss it type of thing. Luckily, somebody pointed this out. I know Lennon Honor pointed this out, and somebody else, I want to say Cooking with Frank, maybe, he also pointed this out. But once you get over here and you look at all this crap, now this is a bunch of stuff that came out of the other school, so this is not a lot of valuable things. This stuff that he took from the other school, he just put it inside this gym on the school that he's not working on. And we're going to get into the condition of that school as well. But look at this TV right here. You see this TV right here? That's the same TV that came out of his apartment. So he's talking about a bunch of stuff was vandalized. I'm going to get into this article next. A lot of stuff was vandalized, but no, this is a bunch of stuff that came out of your apartment in 2019. So this isn't valuable stuff at all. This is just your junk that you moved from out of your apartments into the bigger building of FDMG, the moldy building. And you can see the floors are just messed up, just like at his apartments. Everything is just messed up, thrown everywhere. It's like he put all this together. I mean, it looks just like where he was living at. I mean, dude, look at this, man. This is how he lives. So when people say, or when Lene Stacks came out and said that his house looked a hot mess, we have factual evidence. We have proof from when he got evicted from his apartment that, you know, his house looked a hot mess. And now he moved all his stuff into this gym, which acts as a storage room for his past apartment furniture, I guess I want to put it like that, or if there's a better word or phrase I can put for that. But let's get into this article right quick. So let's get into this article. And I thought I'd get into this article. We're going to go by Jay White's video because he actually posted a video. He went up to the school. Shout out to the Lady Luck Club because she actually put me on game to that. So this article right here was actually written by the Delaware Black, the Pulse of the Urban Delaware, which apparently you don't have the Pulse because your people, you guys are flatlining, in my opinion. Anyway, so it says vandalism at Dr. Umar's FDMG Academy delays opening, damages thousands of books and cultural artifacts. Okay, so this is stuff that he moved from his apartment. So this is not cultural artifacts. This is stuff that he probably got at a garage sale. So the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey, a long-awaited school project spearheaded by Dr. Umar Johnson. By the way, he started collecting money in 2010 for this. Has suffered another serious setback following a reported act of vandalism that damaged key educational resources and cultural items. The incident, which came to light in June 14, 2025, targeted the interior of the building, resulting in the destruction of 5,000 books, various cultural artifacts, and educational supplies. Fortunately, the physical structure of the school itself remains intact. So this is all misinformation. So first of all, there's nobody who accounted for these books. There's no proof that there was no inventory of 5,000 books. Second of all, that cultural inventory, those cultural artifacts, is that stuff that he had in that video that I previously played for you, that stuff of Marcus Garvey and all that stuff. That's what all that stuff is. There's nothing of value that was actually damaged. All this stuff, majority of this stuff came from out of the other building. He moved into this building and he stored it all into the bigger gym, because remember the ex FDMG employee Dom, who Umar Johnson owes money to because he didn't pay him while he was working for him, he came out and said we just moved everything from one place to another. And what they did with the other stuff was they took the stuff out of the school and they left it on a corner. So they just left it, they just dumped it, like illegally dumped it. And he always talking about, you know, people dumping stuff at his school, but yeah, he took all this stuff out of the school and he just dumped it somewhere. And we have Don, the ex-employee, who said that Umar Johnson did have them do it on his orders. So Umar Johnson ordered his ex-employee who he didn't pay and who had to take him to court. He ordered his employees and other handyman that was working for him to illegally dump that stuff down the street because he didn't want to pay for it. He didn't want to pay to have anybody come and pick it up. So I mean, he's been called out for that. So he's talking about people dumping stuff at his schools. Screw your school. You're doing the same thing. So why are you complaining about it? So it says, although the full scope of the damages has not been officially confirmed, nobody ever confirmed this, by the way. Early reports suggest that the loss of material was significant enough to delay the planned opening, originally expected to welcome students early. The FDMG Academy is now projected to open in September 2026. Okay, whatever. Dr. Umar Johnson, known for his outspoken advocacy of independent Black education, expressed deep disappointment over the attack, but affirmed that the recovery efforts are already underway. Supporters of the schools have begun rallying to replace the destroyed material and rebuild momentum for the institution's mission. Okay, so there's no mission at this institution. I have to remind you guys that this is a tax exempt organization, you guys, that gets tax-free money. So every dollar that it collects goes right into the organization's pocket. He's not paying taxes on any of this money. Not only that, but all this stuff that they just put into this article is nobody's fact-checked none of this. There's nothing factual coming out of this article written by, of course, Delaware Black, the Pulse of the Urban Delaware. So like I just showed you guys, that TV came from his apartment. A bunch of that stuff came from his apartment. Don, the employee, said that they put a lot of that stuff into this gym. So none of this is factual at all. This is just a bunch of crap that he moved from the other school and a bunch of crap that he moved out of his apartments into the school. Furthermore, we're going to look at something else that they said in this article right here. Now, they said in the article that hold on, let me go to it right quick. They said the physical structure of the school itself remains intact. The physical structure of the school is in shambles. So I'm going to go to Jay White's video, and we're going to look at the physical structure, or at least the outside physical structure of the school, because we saw a little glimpse on the inside in that video previously. But let's look at the outside of the academy, so-called academy. Okay, so as we get over here to this part of the video, so Jay White, I'm gonna link his video down in the description. Friend of the channel, by the way, and shout out to the Lady Luck Club, because I didn't even know anything about this until she mentioned it on one of her recent live streams. So he went to the school. So this is a more up-to-date video, but as you can see, the building in which all this so-called valuable stuff was inside of is a complete shambles. So let's listen to Jay White as he actually goes around the building in which is holding these so-called artifacts, these books. And look at the outside of the building already. And you can see how, it just looks terrible. So this is where he's holding all these valuable items at.
My rental car and make sure nobody gets me for my car while I'm out here. All right. Hey, how are you? I'm gonna tell you right now, there is a 0% chance that anybody in this community is paying the amount of money that Umar is talking about. That you're gonna get, several $100s a month from all these students, probably more than that needed to just keep up. Yeah, this building has been ransacked. I think this is the infamous bus. I believe somebody pointed out. I think that's his bus. I'm gonna walk up on it in a second. What's up, bus driver? Advanced student. Okay. Okay, there's your everybody keep asking about that mold. There's that mold right there molding. Probably catching Ebola just standing right here. My goodness. All right, so I guess this is that bus. I think Lady Luck pointed out. He got his battery that got stolen. They stole a man's battery. Yeah, that bus ain't going nowhere. That bus is good to go. Yeah. Okay. It looks like this is exactly how every scary movie gets started. Some random black guy walking somewhere he ain't supposed to be going, and then the movie's sound effects start. We got the graffiti. We got the trash. We got we got more graffiti. We got broken windows. Broken lights right there. Trash back here. What is he doing? When he says he's working on the building, what is he working on? Oh, there's a camera right there. There's a camera. But there's only one. There should be like 30. All right, y'all. Your boy back here checking out the FDMG Academy. They got the FDMG graffiti artists hitting it up, tagging the place. Shout out to them. Trash back here. Vegetation has been vegetating for sure. Man, this is unfortunate, man, because the community looks like it could use a school. No question about that.
Okay, so what you guys are just seeing right here is the physical structure of the outside of the building where he's keeping all these so-called valuable artifacts and all these 5,000 books. By the way, nobody accounted for these books. Nobody knows how valuable the artifacts were. All we know is that he says that they are valuable, that he says that he had 5,000 books. And as you can see, he has stuff from his apartment inside of that damn gym. And we have confirmation from Don, the ex-employee, that they moved a bunch of that stuff from the other school to this school, including books, including desks, including school supplies. So we're talking about school supplies that's over a decade, like a fucking decade long. Like we're talking about rulers that's been sitting for a decade. You can't just get it to nobody and have them use it. So, and also we saw a bus going through. I saw a bus passing through. So there's a school nearby that's actually open, that's actually doing stuff for the people. Not this IRS scam that Umar Johnson is doing right here. Umar Johnson is just using this as a piggy bank for he can travel around the world as he bees, and he has become one of the most annoying online influencers online. And I'm gonna keep covering it, man, because Umar Johnson is out of control right now, and we can see that this scam. Anybody can see the scam from a mile away. So his supporters are just mentally ill at this point. There's nothing to say about that. I'm not going to even argue with any supporter. I don't block them in my chat room or whatever. But, there's something wrong with them. But Umar Johnson himself, he's running an IRS scam. He's running an IRS fraud. The federal government should be involved in this. This is ridiculous right here. But as for that news article and the people in the news article, Black Delaware, you guys got to fact check your stuff. If you want to put out articles, man, and I accidentally stumbled across that as I was looking for some other information in regards to Umar Johnson, because I had found out that Umar Johnson, while he stopped practicing when he was 36 years old, so he was 36 when he stopped practicing, but he was 38 when he got his PhD in 2012. So my whole thing is, what experience do Umar Johnson have? And then he put that book out when he was 39 years old. So he has a book. You're 39 years old. You don't have no experience though in psychology, but you're putting out a book that costs what was that book? $250 on Amazon. a ridiculous price that nobody's going to pay because you're not a reputable guy. Only people that follow you are people that don't know that much about psychology. That's why you'll have nobody come out here and give you any reference. Umar Johnson never says my colleagues they can refer you to this, or my colleagues can speak to my volume of work that I've done. We don't know anything about this guy, but yeah, he's selling a book for $250 on Amazon, which is don't buy that book. It's crap. Screw him, screw his lawyer. They're all stupid. But this is where he was keeping the valuable items at, in his shaggy place where there's mold. Oh, and also it's been raining inside of there because he never got the top of the roof taken care of. So it was raining inside of there as well. So that's all I wanted to come through and say, man. I'm gonna keep on Umar's neck, man. I haven't been putting out videos, but I'm back at it, man, like a crack addict. Oh, speaking of crack addicts, that's who usually stays outside of the school. There's a huge homeless population that lives outside of FDMG. They sleep behind the school, or maybe somebody tried to break in because they needed to get somewhere warm. There's a huge homeless population out there. I'm talking about, I see white people that's homeless out there sleeping in front of the school, see black people. So I think it's a homeless person that broke in. This is not a coordinated attack by anybody. This is just homeless people trying to break in, and maybe they were rummaging through looking for something valuable. But other than that, there's nothing really happening at that school. I mean, looking at the damage done, I'm talking about, like, say if we were to put it into a ballpark of how much damage was done, I'm pretty sure the insurance company can cut him a check for about $25. That's it. But other than that, thanks for coming through, man. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Peace.